Good morning, Guardians. The Hedgehog Gamer here, and it is Friday, which means Zer is back in the tower with his stuff, and he has decent stuff, so that's good news. He doesn't have Trespasser. So, as you can see, it's Friday. That means a whole weekend of video games. That's also awesome. But it's Friday. As you can see, it's the original Destiny tower. I think it's the better tower. I definitely like the view from the tower. Just a reminder, in Destiny 1, Zer leaves the tower. Oh wow, I look different without my glasses on. Zer is only in the tower for 2 days. He's gone by, well, for me, it's Sunday, 5 a.m. It depends on your location. I'm in New Jersey, so that is Eastern Standard Time. As you can see, the way you know he's in the tower is there's a mark over here. XI, well, IX9. So if you see this mark, you know he's in the tower. If you don't, he's in the reef. Anyway, again, he will be gone by Sunday, not 5 a.m., which in Jersey Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time, it can vary based on your location. It's the same with resets. I've mentioned this. Destiny 2's reset starts later in the day. Destiny 1's reset starts at 5 a.m. on Tuesdays. Anyway, I just was curious to see one thing because I noticed a lot of new people. So that's a fairly new person. That's a very new person. And I saw earlier a couple of other new people. I heard someone say yesterday that all of the Destiny stuff is on sale on PlayStation. This is Xbox, but I would recommend the original Destiny, not Destiny 2. I'm not surprised it's on sale. Anyway, as you can see, we're heading towards the speaker. I like that Squishy name. I like that one. That's just good. Anyway, he is over here.
My movements are to a significant
He's by the big door.
dependent
And
on
what has he
planet.
got? So he's got, like I said, he doesn't have Trespasser, which is nice. He's got a new interesting combination of stuff. You know, Bad Juju, Red Death, Zalo Supercell. So first off, the usual Legacy Engram, not a big deal. Not a big fan. I feel like it's overhyped. Honestly, 10 strange coins to me would have been definitely enough for this, but hey. For the Titan, you have the, the Imperial Bellicose. Aiming weapons while airborne holds you in place. I think that was already last week, too. It looks pretty cool. I like that idea of aiming weapons while airborne holds you in place. It reminds me of aim gliding in Warframe, only for Destiny. Aiming weapons while airborne holds you in place. That's pretty sweet. And it fits my rule about helmets, which is if it's not bulkier than the Corpus helmet, you're good. Corpus helmet is on the verge of too bulky. Honestly, I think it's actually bulkier than they show it to be because I've determined that the NPCs are actually not believable proportions. And if you were to put a helmet on an actual Corpus character, it would probably be a little bulkier. But anyway, that aside, my rule is if the helmet is not bulkier than the Corpus helmet, and there are Destiny helmets that are actually bulkier than the Corpus one from Warframe, then you're good. So this one seems pretty sweet. If I might double check later this week during the weekend to make sure I have it, because I definitely want to use it. I do have a Titan. So yeah. Anyway, let me know, Titans. Do you like this one? Because honestly, I just like the fact that airborne holds you in place. That's cool. Next, for the hunter, you have the Achiliophage Symbiote. Golden Gun gains 1 additional shot. Honestly, this one seems pretty useful. I don't really use it very often because I tend to use Celestial Nighthawk because I'm generally using Golden Gun against a boss. So if I'm doing Challenge of the Elders, Celestial Nighthawk is more useful for me. Celestial Nighthawk is the one that Golden Gun fires 1 shot with 6 times the damage while granting Keyhole for overpenetration. So that's more useful if you're fighting a big mega boss like you are with Challenge of the Elders, or if you're soloing a Nightfall. At the end of the Nightfall, you want Celestial Nighthawk against the boss. It depends on the boss, but in general. This seems more like, first off, it sounds useful for Crucible. so you have an additional golden gun shot. Or like you're facing a whole bunch of mid-tier guys, like just when I hear of this one, I think of the Scions at the beginning of the Brothers of Strike. With the Scions at the beginning that are sniping at you, they were really annoying to try and get through. So you have a bunch of slightly, yellow bar enemies that are slightly higher. This would be great to use. You're not fighting a boss. You're fighting multiple enemies. So Crucible, this seems great for Crucible. Let me know if you've ever used this in Crucible. I also wonder what they would call it in casual conversation, because Achiliophage symbiote seems a bit like a mouthful. It also passes my rule of not too bulky. They said, to me, it looks creepy, but pretty cool as well. I mean, the moldy growths are like pulsating, which is kind of cool. It does fulfill my rule of it's not too bulky for usage. So yeah, pretty good. I like it. Anyway, let me know, hunters. What do you think? Fellow hunters. Next, we have the Void Fang Vestments. Spawn with full grenade. Axion Bolt gains additional Seeker. I like that. I mean, honestly, I have never played Void as a Warlock. But I definitely, I'm tempted to, simply because of Axion Bolts, which have given me nightmarish times in Challenge of the Elders. So to be able to throw Axion Bolts back at all the enemies that threw Axion Bolts at me. The main reason I played Warlock was for self-res, so never really played a Void Warlock, so don't know how to do it. Mine's probably completely not unlocked. Anyway, let me know, Warlocks. I don't know, just always found the Warlock robes kind of interesting. Just doesn't see, I don't know. Anyway, so let me know, Warlocks. Next, we have one of my favorite guns, which they haven't brought to Destiny 2, the Zalo Supercell, which I know people are like, Cat, they have the Risk Runner. It's not the same. Definitely not the same. I like this. First off, just the appearance alone, it looks so much cooler. Come on, just look at it. But I'm more of a fan of the Zalo Supercell. Arc projectiles have the chance to chain lightning when enemies are closer together, which is pretty sweet. It's great against if you have a whole bunch of Cabal phalanxes coming at you, and they all have their shields up, and then you just shoot them with this, and it just like arc chains them all. So yeah. And then you have bolts from the blue. Double kills with this weapon. Excuse me. Double kills with this weapon charge a small amount of super energy and return ammo to the magazine. So nice. Yeah. So double kills will charge a small amount of your super and return ammo to the magazine. And you have the chain bolting effect. So, yeah. I think it's better than Risk Runner. I like Zalo Supercell more. They still haven't brought it. So, but yeah. See, Zalo for me was one of the first weapons that went in, first elemental weapons that went into your primary slot. And now, this is Destiny, original Destiny, which was a big deal when you had a weapon like this, like Necrochasm or Zalo Supercell, that went in your primary slot and had elemental damage, because the vast majority of them were just kinetic. So this was a big deal in Destiny. Now things are totally messed up in Destiny 2, and it's not the same. But original Destiny, this was a big deal. So it's like, oh my god, arc weapon in primary slot. Very, very nice. So that's one of the reasons you also have like this favoritism for Zalo Supercell. Anyway, next we have the Bad Juju and Dragon's Bane. Bad Juju is a pretty sweet gun. Dragon's Bane is this ornament here, which is the cooler one. This one looks like a turtle from Super Mario Brothers. I like Super Mario Brothers, but it looks like you took one of the turtles and you put their head on your yeah. No. I like Dragon's Bane. So that is the ornament you're getting. Bad Juju is pretty sweet. This weapon can be fired at full auto, hip fire, string of curses. After each kill, this weapon will reload instantly and increase damage for a short time. Kills will help charge your super. So, yeah, it does that charge your super. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. So, Bad Juju, definitely a pickup. I mean, it's not a you can't function without it. There's certain weapons that you have to absolutely have to have. Bad juju is just good to have. I mean, come on. Increases kills will help charge your super is a good thing to have, especially when trickles in effect. It's good to have. So bad juju, and the ornament's pretty sweet. So, and then you have this one, Red Death. You need to have. If you do not have Red Death, pick up Red Death. Red Death. Wait, what was the ornament it comes with? I mean, the ornament's not my favorite. Red Death and White Witch. So I personally like Steel Witch. This is White Witch. I'm not a big fan of it. It's okay. I mean, I guess if it does that, I mean, it depends on, is that like ongoing where it's just constantly bleeding like that? Or is that just you killed an enemy with it and you didn't clean your gun up? Because if it's just the gun is bleeding, that's pretty cool. On the other hand, if it's just the gun is dirty, that's not as cool. So I'm gonna go with the gun is bleeding. But I like Steel Witch personally. That's Steel Witch. But you're gonna be getting, if you buy this package, White Witch. Red Death is a weapon you need to have. Okay, if you don't have it, pick it up. Because Red Death, each kill heals you and speeds up reloads. The main thing that Red Death has is Red Death. Each kill heals you. This is great for exposure. Exposure is when your shields are extended, but your health does not regenerate. So your health will regenerate with Red Death. So it's great to use when exposure is in effect. That often comes up every now and then. You'll get it like in Challenge of the Elders or in the Nightfall or story missions, and this will heal you, which is why there's also a section of Crota's End where your health does not regenerate. I mean, so think about it. You get the extended shields, and then you use Red Death, and you got health regenerating. So, the best of both worlds. So, Red Death, great weapon to have. I carry it with me all of the time because you never know when you might need it. So, definitely a weapon to pick up. I think there's a hand cannon in Destiny 2 does something similar. Crimson something or other. Trying to think of it. But yeah, I haven't finished the Lightfall campaign, and I'm probably the only reason I'm considering it is because I liked Titan. But honestly, I don't care at this point. There's so many other games to play, so yeah. Just not interested. Anyway, Red Death, definitely a weapon to pick up. I've also just said pick up everything up. If you can't pick up everything out of all of this, so let's say if you don't have enough strange coins to pick up everything, pick up Red Death. I would put a priority on Red Death simply because it's a very, very useful weapon to have. If you don't have Red Death, pick that up first. Then look into the exotics for your class, depending on your class, and pick up Red Death and Zalo Supercell. Those are the main two I would pick up. Everything else is secondary. Red Death is first. Zalo Supercell is also really good to have. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I will be making more other kind of content on this channel, so keep your eye out for that. I do play, as I've said before, Warframe on Sundays. If you're interested, comment down below. We've been adding to our Sunday Warframe group, and it's been fun. Warframe is free. It's on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. And the monetization is not as egregious as, well, Destiny 2. Anyway, thank you for watching, and hope to see you either in the tower or in the origin system. That's what we call it in Warframe.